guys, welcome back to my channel. So Bitcoin's retrace is done and we are ready to fly. I thought we were gonna get a little bit bigger of a retrace. I said that I thought we were gonna get between 15 and 20% retrace. We ended up getting about a 14% retrace. Bitcoin hit a low of about 58,000. But the retrace is done, so we are about to fly. Hopefully you picked up some Bitcoin already. If you haven't yet, don't worry, you can still get it. It's still gonna fly. You still have time. Basically, from what I'm looking at, I mean, we have some resistances on the way up, but to about 78,000-ish, that's where we have a kind of a bigger resistance. Once we cross that, we might get a retrace, or we can see it going up higher. But basically, I'm thinking we're going to be seeing that $100,000 Bitcoin pretty soon. So let's see. I'm hoping for it. Basically, so we're also in like an alt season right now. So a lot of the altcoins are popping off. Basically what's happening is like there's so much momentum that Bitcoin is taking with it. So a lot of these altcoins are also flying. So I'm going to get into some of my kind of like favorite altcoin picks for this coming week to month. 3 weeks ago I told you guys about Harmony and MATIC, and basically shortly after I posted that video they both kind of crushed it. So we'll look at them as well, but this week I want to get into Ripple, XRP, Vechain, Rose, which is Oasis network, and Filecoin. All right, so let's get into the technicals.
All right, we're looking at a graph of Bitcoin. So this was the previous all-time high from April of this year. Basically, we hit this all-time high, and this was the retrace. So this retrace was about 14%. Now we are crossing it again. So now get ready for this to fly. All right, so this is a graph of Harmony. Basically, we talked about this on the channel 3 weeks ago. So I just wanted to show you this. If you had picked Harmony up from the time that I made the video at the blue dotted line up to its highest point, which was this bar right here, Harmony did 75, so you guys just can see, yeah, the total was 75% that Harmony did, and it took 8 days to do that. Like, Harmony is a magical coin. Right now it's in a bit of a retrace. It found some support, so this is nice to see, right? This was Harmony's all-time high, this 0.224, which I was talking about before. It crossed it. Here was a peak, then it came down, and now it's up. But you see here this retrace. So this previously was a resistance, and now it's become a support. So that's nice to see. Harmony may still be in a bit more of a retrace, because if we look at a smaller time frame, like we look at the 8 hours, like it's still red on the 8 hours. Basically, we need this to flip green. Once this flips green, Harmony can take off again. But yeah, this is one you kind of want to hold because when it takes off, it flies. All right. So here we're looking at a graph of MATIC. Basically, we talked about it here at the blue line again. It was at 1.5, and MATIC also did really good. So we can measure it. Basically, since the time I gave you the video, MATIC did 45%. MATIC's also in a bit of a retrace right now, and it's just restabilizing. So the same thing with MATIC, like on the smaller time frames, it's still red. So once this flips green, then MATIC will be able to go again. But for now, it's just kind of consolidating. But let's talk about some ones that are ready to go now. So I wanted to talk to you about XRP, Ripple. This is actually a really, really beautiful graph. So this is from the 2018 run, right? And then it puttered out for a long time, and then this was the recent, like, beginning of the year run, and then it fell down again. But the reason why I want to bring this up is because basically, right, Ripple was at almost above $3, right? It had this really serious fall. So if we measure down to the lowest point, basically this is how far Ripple needed to come up to retrace this entire run to the middle of this cross. I'm just going to put a line there so you guys can see it. So this line here represents basically from this peak, because it fell so fast, it needed to come all the way back up here to retrace. Now it has completed its retrace. You see, it fell again. So now basically it is ready to go. Whenever you see a graph like this, I mean, just know, especially like when there's a long-term downtrend, it comes up and pops, comes back down, and then it looks like it's about to pop again. Like, this is going to fly. I mean, it's going to go way above $3.31. I mean, as long as Bitcoin keeps going up, like, there's no reason why Ripple's going to stop. And, yeah, this all-time high here is going to just be the beginning. So this is something that you want to buy and hold. Like, this pattern is beautiful. Like, I've played it with a few coins last season, and they flew. I mean, we're talking about coins that were like in the pennies, and now they're like in the dollars. Okay, so that is XRP, Ripple. What I want to show you though here is the first derivative of the line, and down here we have the second derivative. So the first derivative is positive already on the weekly, and this, as I'm recording, this keeps flipping, so this is about to close positive. As soon as this closed positive, like, it's a sure thing. This is going up. All right. So now let's look at Vechain. So this was Vechain's run, like the beginning of the year. The April peaked out at 0.27, had a nice fall, nice retraces, and has gone positive on the daily. So this is also like a really nice one to pick up because it's just coming out of its, this was like its breakout line. It just broke out, it's stabilized, and now it's about to fly as well. Okay, so that's Vechain. And then here, like on the daily, it's positive. On all time frames, it's positive. So like if we wanted to look back on like the 3 days, yes, 3 days is positive. We want to look at the weekly is also positive. So these are all really good signs. All of this is indicative that Vechain is ready to fly as well. Okay. So now let's look at Filecoin. So Filecoin, it had peaked out previously at like 238, came down, it had a nice retrace, and it just started flipping positive on the daily, on the first and second derivative. So let's zoom in on this a little bit. So basically this is its breakout line, right? The blue line, which it needs to cross in order to take off. But literally just from the beginning of this month, end of October, it flipped positive on the daily. So now we can look at like the smaller time frames. So like if we look at the 12 hours, so you see, like, even though it came positive on the 31st of October, like this was still negative. So it couldn't like really take off. But we just have like the last 2 bars closing positive. And then like if we look at this other time frames, like the 8 hours, it has not yet closed positive. So this one still may take a little bit of time, but I don't imagine it's going to take much time because the higher time frames are positive. And this 4-hour time frame, right before I was recording this, as you see, I have an alert here. That's what this line is to kind of tell me when it's crossing it. So this alert was just going off. So this had just flipped positive. It's in a retrace right now. But as long as it goes up higher than this 63, then at 63.5, 64, these were positive. So this one is almost ready to go. Even on the 3 hours, it's positive. On the 2 hours, it's positive. And also on the 1 hour. So this basically is going to take off fairly soon. We're just kind of waiting for like that 8-hour time frame and the 4-hour one to flip green. And as soon as those do, this is going to be able to cross this line and have a really nice breakout. And this is going to have a really nice run. So the reason why I wanted to talk to you about this coin in particular, because, well, one, I really like to get coins like at the beginning of their run, because that way you can get a lot more gains. But also, so like this was the last run, and I just wanted you to see. So from the time like it flipped green on the daily up to the peak here, it did basically almost 1,000% in 62 days. So that's 2 months, and that's an 11x of your money. So this is also another coin that has a potential to fly. Will it do 11x this time? I have no idea. But it does have the potential to fly. Okay? So that's Filecoin. And the last one I want to talk to you about is Rose. So this one is, it's Oasis Network. It's not as widely known, but it has a very beautiful graph. So that's why we're talking about this one as well. And you see, when it flies, like it really flies. Look at these bars. So this is like 24% in a day, then 41% in a day, then closed 16%, but did a lot more than 16% in a day. So, like, even if we were to look at this, let's say just from like this kind of bit here, when it like retapped its support line. So from here up to the top, it did almost 300% in 11 days. So that's a 4x in 11 days. Like, some of these coins are crazy. So I just wanted to point this one out also because, like, it has been red on the daily since like the end of September, right? But it just flipped positive on the daily yesterday. Like, it flipped positive here it flipped positive, and then it did kind of like a retrace. But now it's been positive this is the second day, and like already we're on 10%. And so there's a lot of momentum. This coin has a lot of momentum, and like there's probably a lot of people that want to see this coin take off. So because this is like a smaller cap coin than some of the other altcoins that I'll talk about, it does have the potential to fly a bit more than the others. So basically, it has a really nice bottom support. So as you can see, this is kind of like a historical support line. This black line, it has not broken that. That's really nice to see. This was its previous all-time high here at 36 cents, and this is its breakout line. So here we have this nice blue breakout line. It's tapped it, and it's crossing it as I'm recording this. Yeah, we got a little tiny bit of crossing it. So this is definitely a coin to look out for.
All right, so that's all for this week. Happy trading. Have fun. Let's make some money. This altcoin run, Bitcoin run. Let's go. Yeah, happy playing. Remember, stay safe. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. Okay? So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing the patterns and trends I see. Play at your own risk, but yeah, have some fun with it. And if you like this content, please sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.